remember I was kind of talking about
gold. We might have anyway something called goalpost splitter. So I'll show it to you.
Goalpost. Okay. Yeah.
Or BNC connector splitter.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you, and then
Okay.
you can maybe get a couple and see.
Yeah. I used to deal with those sometimes, but the BMC splitters.
Oh, there you go. So that's that. So it actually looks okay, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see if we get signals. And then if you ever have problems, then you can start to that activator. You can start to take these off and put them on one by one. It's always a process of elimination.
Right. Yeah.
Elimination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's go look at this. Take that off. It's a bit of a dark art, this stuff.
Yeah. Like running audio next to your electrical or wires on your car. Resistance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had an automotive shop for years too, and people bring their cars to me with their custom wires.
Separate.
I'm assuming this probably is not the 24 inches. It's supposed to be from here. Remember, you can tell that's not even
20 inches is okay. It's
right
a bit,
here.
oh yeah, it looks a bit narrow.
Yeah, that's probably about
10 inches doesn't look.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about right here and here.
Yeah. I don't remember. I wasn't here for the actual. Yeah.
Anyway. No,
And it needs to be separated even here.
No, once we finish it, got the signal system.
Okay. So just as long as they're separated.
Yeah.
The picture you'll show.
to figure out how to get ramp to there.
Which one?
This one.
The one point it's time.
This one that goes here.
They went the hard way to install this.
I did talk about this. Anyway, he said so to put it here. Obviously, you have to take the man on the ground.
Okay.
I think this
the
might be
woman on the
working. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Well,
The thing is the signal gets interrupted all the time. That's why it kept dropping.
Oh, because people do.
Yeah, and having something right in front of it. Well, I think if like we hardwire at least.
So you're the other way around, right?
Yeah.
But the way it works is, it works. It doesn't move. It's not like a metal detector. It works on movement.
Right.
As the bike goes over, there's the transponder sends lots and lots of signals to this loop, which is a loop that goes across and back, and then that connects to the red decoder, and the red decoder looks at all of these different signals, and there's a whole bunch of what Justin Miller calls voodoo, and it determines from the strength of those signals and that kind of stuff where the center of those two points are, right? So your transponder time that we get, or the time we get, is when the transponder's in the middle of the loop.
Okay.
And when the transponder's in the middle of the loop, then 10 inches in front of that
Is your tire.
is your tire, which goes on there.
Makes sense.
Now, if your loop is 24 inches, then it's going to be a bit bigger,
Yeah.
right? But that doesn't matter. Really, it's all about the center of the loop being 10 inches in front of the finish line.
Right. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Okay, so
I'll go grab that real quick.
No, it's
No,
there.
it's still here.
what if you lost stuff?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's just sending internet that way.
Wow, it's blowy, isn't it?
Yeah, today's bad.
And you're going to rebuild your track, right?
What's up?
You're going to do a rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping it starts in April.
All right, so then I'm going to have a conversation about the first loop and where I think it should be and why,
Okay.
and then you put it where you like.
Yeah.
Right.
Please.
So I think your timing loop locations are
Yeah.
at the bottom of the hill,
Gotcha.
which we call the transition, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The corner one entry, not the exit, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And the finish. So finish is easy because
Yeah.
we all agree on that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have some discussions about the other two, and I'll just tell you why. So if you have a hill and it's longer than 30 foot, because 30 foot is an imaginary made up number by USA BMX that says you have to stay in your line until the 30-foot line, right?
Right.
But your 30 foot's different from everyone else's 30 foot.
Right.
Naples 30 foot, their hill is so short that their 30 foot's halfway down the first straight, right?
Right.
So why are you stopping timing here when the hill goes down to here, right? If you have
Right.
it on, you know, why aren't you? Because that's still acceleration.
Yeah.
So you really time the whole hill and don't get stuck on. I think you probably do, but the reasoning is why. That's the reason why.
Okay.
Right? So this is Derby, and they've done that too.
Gotcha.
I call it Derby, but it's Derby. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, corner one, entry, not exit. Why? Because you want to measure something that's measurable for the riders, and that entry is a far better one than the exit. If you have a USA BMX do racing, and they do gimmicky whole shot prizes, right? So they have it on the exit of the first corner. The reason they have it on the exit of the first corner is because a whole shot should be on the entry, but on the entry to the corner, riders are so close that they waited for them to go round until they went to the exit. So the only reason that we do it on the exit, the whole shot, is so they can give their prizes out, right? But when you think about your track and people doing gates and gate practice, they'll all back off on the first corner. They don't go around this. So if you've got it on the exit, you're missing 80% of what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you do want to have it on the exit, you put it on the entrance. And the other thing is, if you put it on the exit, like that USA BMX example, the corner spreads people out. So if someone gets to here and you're timing it and say, well, I want to get faster, well, what do you improve? Is it your first straight or is it your cornering? Is it your line around the corner thing? They don't know what to work on to
The
improve.
corner's a completely different thing to work on.
Could be, and when you're racing and all that stuff. So taking out the equation and you have that first straight, and that's something they can work on. And then going forward, you say, hey, do you know what? People are loving the timing system. The city's going to chip in some more money. Well, why don't we put one on the? In that case, let's put one on the exit as well. And then if you had. So if you're thinking about that, then when you do your cable run, I know your track doesn't look like this, but if your track looked like this, which it doesn't,
Right.
and you had some conduit that was running down there, then you could just get
We could
one
have
here.
4 points of
and
measurement.
then you're already in.
Yeah.
And if you had conduits running here,
Put a J box there and
J box or a pit or something, then you could put one here, and all the work's already been done, right? But yours is different.
Right.
So just have a think about how you might want to do that, and you may never get there because actually 3 loops is brilliant.
Right.
Especially when you've
That's a lot of measurement that we don't have anyway. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not trying to do hard stuff. I think this is a great system. That kind of stuff, right? So I think that
I agree.
the transition or the hill and the entrance to the first corner are really, really useful times for.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my opinion there, and then okay with that.
Yep.
Okay, and then there's that stuff. Then I had this. Then I had something. Okay, so that's sort of conceptually what it looks like. You have your 3 loops that go into your decoder. Your start button goes into a decoder that connects to your laptop with Ethernet. It would be awesome to have all that stuff here or there.
Okay.
Right, so here's what happens. Like people ring me up, they're sitting here, and you have Race Manager and Sqorz on the same laptop. There's millions of different.
Right.
They ring me up. They'll say, I'm not getting any times on. Okay, so we'll do some troubleshooting. I say, okay, it looks like you're not getting any times. Sqorz is saying your decoder's not connected. Is your decoder switched on, right? And they're sitting here, and then they say, hold on, I'll be back, and they've got to run up the hill, come back. Right? Or they take their phone with them, which is hotspotted to here, and now I can't see what's on the screen or whatever, right? So, okay, that's good. What's the IP address? Hold on.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's good. Are you getting a start? Hold on. And the whole troubleshooting process takes ages.
Right.
Whereas if it's all here, you can say, it's switched on.
Yeah.
It's all that kind of stuff. So if you can put it here, I would definitely do that.
Okay.
So this basic layout is internet connects to.
You're talking about putting this box in here.
In here,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
And if you put this in here, that goes with it.
Yeah.
The black box and that
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah, because that connects with a short bit of cable like that
Yeah.
to there. And then what that means is...
Well, do you think that might help with the overload problem?
No, I think that's different.
Okay.
But I think there's looking at those little
We need
wires.
$12,000 to get 2 more.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, do that. I mean, I sent a quote into Donovan to do that. He said, I want everything. So,
Yeah. All right.
Are you sure?
That's crazy.
So when you do put the start post box and the decoder here or there, wherever you want to put it, then you're going to need to run 2 wires from your gate probably along with the same coax. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just don't run it across the track with the loop,
Right.
because it becomes an extension of the loop, and then it picks up transponders on the way, right?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you want to go a bit better, I would always separate Race Manager from Sqorz. And most of the time it's okay, but when people ring me up and say, it's not working, I say, okay, let's go and look at Sqorz. I say, oh, I can't because we're in the middle of registration,
Right.
and we didn't do our hardware check like we should, like you told us to
Right,
an
okay.
hour ago,
Yeah.
right?
Well, we actually just ordered a second laptop yesterday, so
Okay.
we can do that.
All right, and then that just connects to each other, and you can go around there. And also using your stuff that you're doing, Matt, you can have a tablet that goes, because you want a tablet at the top of the hill for the coaches, because you can put everything on
Yeah.
there, and they can look at real. Oh, look, I can see your hill time. Right, let's work
Yeah.
on that. You know, roll your wrist forward, stick your
Yeah.
butt back, you know, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Bosh, and oh, right, good job, or whatever, right? So
Makes
first straight. So they'll need a tablet that connects to your Wi-Fi or wireless.
Right.
Somewhere in here, and then you may also have a monitor that's up there or somewhere.
Right.
Maybe
The
oh,
one
you
out
got
there.
one there.
Yeah,
We got one over there, but
Yeah.
that's not the location we ultimately want it once
Okay.
we get everything running flawlessly.
Well, they can all connect via Matt's amazing wireless network
Right.
Right.
that's here,
Awesome. Okay.
and that's it. So it's conceptually it's quite straightforward, really. But it's just
Yeah.
it's all about connections and
Yeah.
connectors and things like that. Keeping you, I'm keeping you. It's like my kids. When can we open the present, right?
Are we there yet?
Yeah, are we there yet? Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So there's Sqorz on here. Yeah. Oh man. So we always have updates. This one's saying
Oh yeah, we haven't.
so it's red because it's so far out of date, but normally it comes up yellow. If you see it, just do it, because
Okay.
it really doesn't take long. In fact, someone's downloaded it, so it'll be even quicker. And then before we even do Race Manager stuff, before we do anything, then I like to do a hardware check. I'll send you a link to the check that I do,
Yeah.
or that I like to do. Because if you could do that before registration, then you're confident working into registration, everything's
Right.
going, right?
Okay.
So I'll send you that link in a minute.
I won't take this out. We need this running right now.
The wind is blowing.
Yeah, so I'm glad I brought this orange jacket. I was thinking, what do I
It's probably
take?
working just as fine right there too.
We're just getting our.
So
brain
like when we
cells
get
twitch.
the our new computer, we just go to Sqorz and we can download the software that we need,
Yeah,
and then
Do you have the login for it? Yeah.
we're not connected to the internet.
Okay.
Cool.
yeah, I don't know.
Right, so it goes to Donovan.
Yeah, we gotta fix it.
Do you want a different email address in there?
Yep.
Have you got a Sqorz
Yeah.
one or a scoring one?
Just send
or-
it to me for right now.
So you want Donovan off that? Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, because he won't be messing with the system much.
So I need. Can I join on here and get? Oh, is that the password there?
Yes.
The one that says Capitol City BMX.
Yeah.
What's the email address that you want?
We'll do James Hurst, HURST
James HURST
.bmx
.bmx.
@gmail.com.
Okay, so then that's what it is, and then if gmail.com. Is that good?
Yes.
So that's what you need for this. And do you know what the password is?
No clue. Oh, to my email?
No, this. JamesHurst.bmx.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, at gmail.com. Well, we can do forgot password, right?
Because I haven't set up. Well,
That's okay. You can just change the password.
Now it's going to your email. So.
The message is being sent to you. Sqorz.com. There's something here.
now those slides that you were just showing us,
Yeah.
can you email those to me?
Here, infos, yeah, some of those. I'll do.
'Cause that's just good information that lets me visualize.
Yeah,
we're working with.
I'm not very good at documentation, but I've got that, so that's good. So I think there's something here I wanted to show you.
Let me update this.
Here we go. So can I send this link to you?
Yes.
This is James Hurst
.bmx
BMX
at gmail.com.
gmail.com. Hardware check. There's no beautiful email, James. My dearest James, please find enclosed the link to. It's not there, right? It's just,
That's good. Yeah.
all right. So. Right, so we need to download. This is saying there's a new one out there.
Okay.
So click download. So we'll do that. Sometimes we're putting a fix in for something we broke. Yeah. And sometimes you're getting new features and all sorts of stuff. But regardless, it looks like you've got really good internet. So.
Great.
Right, and then can we see your email on here? Can you open your email on?
I think so. I think it's already saved in there.
Can you sit down?
No, you said.
It's the check I like to do every day, and people don't do it because everything just works, which it does until it doesn't. Right, but if you could do this, so what we're saying is there's a timing data screen that we look at that I'll show you. There's a timing monitor that shows you how your decoders are going, and there's some stuff that you can check on there and what you can check, and then how you check the start signal, how you check the loops, and a bit of troubleshooting stuff. So if you go through this, once you look at it, it's really long, but literally it's a 3-minute check.
Gotcha.
Right. So once and that's what I want to show you now, before we.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Okay. Alrighty. So we're on Sqorz. There's nothing here saying to update Sqorz or anything like that. These are you're on 130.10. These are the improvements we made. Oh, there you go. We did this for USA BMX. So they wanted something that says no transponder for riders that don't have a transponder. So we've built that for them. So here shows all the stuff that we do in that new release. And then if you want to look at, we've got something called continuous training, which you might like. If you really want to look back and see what you could do, you can look and see. So we're always
Okay.
updating this
Yeah.
every week or every other week. So when it says update it, please,
Just updating.
Yeah.
just update it. Right, this is your account. You've got Capitol City BMX. This is your email address. This is your short name that's used for our Sqorz.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Right, so your URL is oursqorz.com.org.capcitybmx. Not that you need to remember that, but that would just be in our Sqorz. It would just be a link in there, so
Okay.
you can see our stuff. And that's your logo. If you want to change that, you can change that.
Okay.
And that's it. That's it. That's it. This is security, so this is where you want to give other people access. You can do it in this screen. You look for their email. You can give them read-only access or access to do everything. So we've got some, not very granular, but we've got 3 or 4 different levels. Yeah. So if someone says, "Hey, I want to learn Sqorz," okay, well here's read-only. Go for your life and see what it's like. You know?
Okay. Yeah,
That kind of stuff. Right. This is your credits. You've got 49. You just click buy, and then you purchase with PayPal or with a credit card.
What are the credits exactly? I don't even know that.
Well, okay, so you need 2 credits. They're $1 a credit. You need 2 credits per rider per Sqorz session.
That's why we charge the riders to
Yeah.
turn it on.
Gotcha.
So the way we work is you've got 49 credits up there, so that's 48. Half that 24. You've got 24 rider sessions.
Okay.
So really, you just make sure that you've got those up front.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then everything goes through this company called Braintree, which is a PayPal. Well, we don't even touch it. We hand it off to them, and they say, "Here's a credit."
I just load it with credits and we start charging people to use it.
Yeah.
You said it's $2 per
person. $2. It's $1 a credit and 2 credits per person.
Okay.
Gotcha.
$1 a credit, 2
$2
credits per.
person.
We should
Yes.
charge like 4.
Right. So so my thoughts on that are, because I've got lots of opinions, that you've got all this great system. Okay, my thought is you've got a track and you've got a venue, and people come here and they pay you one payment for everything that you've got here, right? They don't come up and say, "I want to do gate practice." You say, "Oh, do you think you'd like to use the restrooms? Because that's another $2, right?" And paper and lights and all that. You put it all in one price. So it's always amazing to me why people separate timing. So, well, hold on, all this stuff, everything is all in that one price except timing. So why don't you put it in? So we've got world class system. If you don't have your it's timing is gates are now this price.
Yeah.
Racing is this price. If you have your transponder, you get your times.
Yeah.
Timing is always free at Capitol BMX or whatever.
Yeah. But it's already included.
Because otherwise, they
Inclusive.
come in and say, "Oh yeah, okay, gates, yeah, okay. Well, do you want timing? Oh, I don't know. The transponder, Jed, do you want transponder? Oh, ask your mum. Oh, she's in the toilet, whatever."
Yeah.
So, "Oh, what do you mean we got to pay $2?" Have that
So we
conversation.
raise our
everybody.
price then?
Well,
By
actually,
$2.
our price is already higher than most other tracks.
Oh yeah. We learned that.
So
Okay,
we'll
it's
just stay the
$15 a
same,
race,
and
what
they're
do they-
already paying us
8.
extra
A
for
lot
Oh,
of
there
them
you
charge
go.
$8.
So-
Well, as long as you can
yeah.
cover. I mean, you guys.
But they
have got-
also.
Anyway, there you go. So it's hardly been used.
Yeah,
It's
we've
barely.
had issues and nobody really knew how to use it out here. So
Okay. All right. So this is our race and everything software. So some of these columns you're not going to need, right? So we've done the credits. We go to the events, and we'll create a new event. But I've only got to do this once, because once we've set up the event, then you can just duplicate it.
Gotcha.
Right, you just duplicate the last one that worked. What are we going to call it? I'll just call it, there you go. I'm not being very adventuresome. Test, is that all right?
Yeah.
okay.
Right, and then we're going to put the date as today. And it's going to publish to our Sqorz. Because we already have that our Sqorz information. And that's all you need, really, if you want to, that's all you need to do for this. I need to do some settings things, so this is why, because we haven't done this. We just need to make sure that we're looking for all of these classes. Got mounted bike, that's good. Payment, done. So that's all done. That's all done. That's your event. Next time, tomorrow, this event will be here under recent. Because recent is everything that's happened in the past 6 months.
Okay.
Old is anything that's older than 6 months. So you'll go here, you'll highlight the race or the event, and then you'll click duplicate.
Gotcha.
That's why one of them said practice and the other one said practice copy.
Someone's done that, right? And then
Yeah.
once you do that, you change the name, or you remove copy,
Right.
and it will be already set for today's date. And then once you open it up, you have to connect it to Race Manager, because you're going to have a different event in Race Manager. So,
Okay.
all right, so we're here. Everything that we've done here has been in the cloud. Right, everything's done in the cloud. All that stuff is all in the cloud. When you but we don't have a dependency on the internet when we're running your event. If the internet goes, we don't want it to stop. Obviously, your results going out will stop.
Gotcha.
But what happens here on the ground will keep working.
Right.
So when we highlight this and click open, what it's actually doing is bringing it down from the cloud and putting it on your laptop.
Gotcha.
So now if we lose the internet, we can still run everything.
Right.
And the thing to remember is that you must always close it afterwards and put it back in the cloud. Right? So it's just one of the funny things about cloud. So you can't just shut your laptop, right?
Right.
You can't just click close on here because we still think it's open.
Yeah.
You actually you actually have to close it. And what happens if you don't close it? Then you get this situation like you have here. See that padlock?
Yeah.
If I click on that, that will say it's opened by Capitol 25th of September 20. That was open. It was never closed. So we think it might be open on another computer. I don't know what it is, but you try and open that, and it will say it's open on another computer. Are you really sure? Because we can only have one open at any one time. Because which one's the master? Right? We don't know. So really, you need to. I think I might be able to force that one open. Can't modify it. And then maybe I can close it again. Just trying to see if that cleared it. No. Anyway, that's what happens.
So we might not be able to get that off of there?
No.
We have no idea where it's at?
No, I can clear it from here, and then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, so we've got this. Highlight, open, show, and now we have some different things across the top here, right? And the first thing I can see is I've got fire here, right?
Yeah.
So we try and be helpful with stuff. So when it says fire, you must fix fire.
Yeah.
FFS, I say, right? You always fix fire, right? And we try and help you understand why there's fire. So why is there fire? We've got no track configurations defined, so that's quite easy to fix. You must set up a track configuration in settings. So we're going to do that anyway. But and there's no decoders configured, so there's fire. But if there's fire, try and click on that, and we'll try and show you why there's fire. Right? So just don't ignore like you don't ignore the.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm back to the settings screen. On the settings screen, we're on services. And services is all this is all the cool stuff that I like. So first thing at the top here is your decoders. I can see on your network you've got a decoder. So it says available decoders 1. That means somehow we can see that decoder up there.
Okay.
So that's good. So
Yeah.
These one of your bikes?
so good job, Matt. That one's you, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. The
internet?
Yeah. Good job, Matt. There's one on you. So I think you put that in there.
Decoders
That's on
in the
time.
box.
That's done.
Yeah.
Right? So when we duplicate the event next time, that will be there because we've already put it in.
Oh, okay. So you said, yeah.
Unless the IP address changes or something, then we can have to. And then the other thing you need to do is create a track. And it's with Capitol City BMX. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is the name that people are going to see.
Okay.
Right. And then we're going to say we've got 3. What loops do we have? We have 3 timing loops.
Yeah.
We've got one at the hill, one at the corner, one exit, which I think should be the entry.
Yep.
But anyway, I've said that. And then you need to say which decoder is it connected to. So we need to know what is the loop,
Right.
what are we measuring, and what's it connected to, so we can understand that. Right? We've got all these signals coming in, all on the same. In this case, it's all on the same decoder. It might be different. So we're going to connect it to the SF decoder, which is this one here.
Gotcha.
Right, and you can change that name if you like. If you had 3 decoders, they're all going to say SF.
Okay.
You can actually just change the name here and click on and off again, and it will change the name on the front of the decoder.
Okay.
So we've got 3 timing loops, all on the same decoder. And then we need to understand what time do we expect to see those riders on the track for any of those 3 loops, because there's people going over all 3 loops. The decoder doesn't know there's 3 loops, it just knows there's 1. And the same rider goes over the 3 loop 3 times, the same loop 3 times. That's what it sees. So it's a whole bunch of data going in. So we have to try and restrict the data that we're using and work out what we're using. So one thing we do is we say, well, once the gate has dropped, if we see a rider on the track, because it doesn't matter where that rider is, it's just a signal. Then we see a signal between 1 and 5 seconds,
All right.
it must be the hill.
Gotcha.
Must
Which
be.
is- Yeah.
Which
1
is
and
that
5
one on there?
seconds. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So one of the problems that we did have that Donovan was complaining about, and in a way he's rightly so, but one of the symptoms of having 3 timing loops on one decoder is the decoder, let's say the decoder, doesn't know there's 3 timing loops, just think there's 1.
All right.
So if you have the gate drops and someone goes over the finish in
Yeah.
1 second, we'll think it's a start for a
Fine.
hill. Does
Oh,
that
yeah.
make sense?
Yep.
So he got confused by that. So we've built this.
We've had a kid who went from the first straight and went over to the finish line and messed up all the timing.
Yeah, so that happens. So we got this thing in here which we put in, which we call mandatory, which we try to do for a long time. What that says is we're going to make that second loop mandatory. So we're going to see a time,
Yeah. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
and then if we don't see a corner 1 exit,
You
then
won't.
we'll just ignore that over time.
Yeah.
So that should really help with that problem.
That's great.
With 3 transponders, we don't have to do this type of configuration.
With 3
3
decoders.
decoders.
You still do this configuration, but
Okay.
you still will, but that's how it all fits together anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I reckon they're not going to hit the minimum time until they hit that. The fastest rider,
Yeah.
5 seconds. Do you reckon?
For the second one.
For the exit of the first corner.
Yeah. That'd be. I mean, I'm not an
What
expert.
was, your speed?
I'm
10
not an
seconds.
expert by any means. So I was hitting. I think my fastest one was 11.
Okay.
But I'm sure they were much faster than me. So.
All right. So let's put it at 5. That's fine. And then exit 20, 15, 15. You want to catch the fastest and the slowest riders.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's okay to have a buffer around that. Just-
We can go with 20. Say
Yeah.
it's some little kid.
So what's going to happen is if someone goes down there and then they take, what happens sometimes is the gate drops and everyone has to chat with their mates and then they roll down the hill, takes them 7 seconds, then we'll ignore that time,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
So the parents are saying, what's up with your system? It's really bad. I've seen my son go down every deal. You're not showing me the times. Well, because it's outside of these parameters that we've determined, and you can make it 7 if you like, but if it's 7 seconds, how useful is that to a rider?
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe it is useful to stop his dad coming and hassling you, right? So which is one of the reasons why we put 80 on the finish, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
just so we get a time. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Whatever. So we put 30 to 80. Is that about right?
Mhm.
Do you think
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
finish?
So you think with that issue that we were talking about before, they just put too soon of a time to be able to accept that last loop, and that's how
Yeah,
it
that
was
could
able to get
happen.
messed up.
Well, it won't get messed up. It's just we won't show that time. Oh yeah. So the guy that went across the
Yeah.
track.
So like maybe they put
Yeah.
in there 0 seconds to whatever on that finish line loop.
Yeah,
and
that's
it-
okay. That's okay.
Okay.
That won't mess anything. It won't mess anything up. What messes stuff up is when the gate drops, and they went over the finish line loop just after the gates dropped.
Right.
Oh.
Somebody finishing the track, somebody's starting, and then
And
somebody
so
just happens
it
to
thinks
switch.
it's a start because it doesn't know that it's a separate loop. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's, as far as the decoder is concerned, it's just a
Yeah.
loop.
We just split it all into one.
Yeah, the
one.
gate dropped and I got a signal. Oh, it must be a start.
Yeah, it's got-
Right.
It's just nice to know what.
So then
possibilities.
I'll show you how to look through the data later on, but you can then look at the data. Oh, I'm not getting mine such and such a time. You can look through the data and say, oh, that's because they're outside the parameters or whatever. I get that sometimes. Right? Most of the time, the issues we get are hardware issues, but sometimes it's just a setting.
Parameter setting. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got something called Race Manager Sync. Well, but that's not. Oh yeah, it's picked up Race Manager. Race Manager's on this computer. It's picked up a connection, and you'll be able to see your last race here. And then you connect up to that. So you always need to connect to Race Manager.
Yeah.
For the riders, but I'm not going to connect to Race Manager now because you don't need to connect to Race Manager for testing. Right? We don't care who's on the track. All we care about is if stuff's working or not. Right? So we're looking: are we getting a signal from each of the 3 locations on the track? We're not looking for times because Sqorz calculates all that. We know that.
Right.
And what we're not certain about is your hardware. So once we've done your settings, what we would do is connect up to race, and we would click finalize settings, but I'm not going to do that now. What I really want to do is go training. What have we got? I was wondering why we have a fire still on there.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is it says the decoder is not synchronized. So we've checked the time on the decoder, and we said that time on the decoder is out of whack compared to the time on here. On the
Oh,
laptop.
gotcha.
Right? They've got two different, so the decoder's got a clock in it.
Yeah, an internal clock. Gotcha.
An internal clock, right? And it says, whoa,
It's been disconnected so long.
well, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever is there
Well,
saying
it's
that.
because we unplug that power to that whole box every time.
Could be.
True.
It might have a little CMOS battery on. Anyway, regardless.
Oh yeah, like a computer.
Yeah,
PC.
regardless, you just click synchronize, right?
No
and
big
it
deal.
just
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, and it synchronizes your decoders, and then the fire's
The
gone.
fire went away.
Right. No fire.
Yeah.
On this screen, the training screen, there's a little trick that you need to do every time, which is really helpful. I don't know the shortcut on a Windows, but I do know that if you click on View and zoom out, it says Control and minus, maybe Control and minus. There you go. The screen splits into two.
Okay.
Right, and on here is your timing data, and every single transponder reading and gate start that you ever get, good or bad, should have happened, shouldn't have happened, whatever, it all comes down here. So here's all your raw data on the track.
Gotcha.
So, and you'll see that in a minute. So when riders come up to you and they say, hey, I'm not getting my whatever, you can put their transponder number in search. If it's not here, then we didn't get it. Right? So before, well, it's not processing. So everything here is pre-processing, and every here is after processing. So here you'll get your times. You'll get, once it starts running, you'll get their names and their times and what time they got, all that on the
Right.
left hand side, right?
Yeah.
So
And that's
so if you had that open and you didn't do what I did just then, if it's like this, there may be nothing here. It's it's all whatever. It's not
Right.
broke. Maybe you're getting a whole bunch of times that just haven't been processed. And what quite often happens, not quite often happens, but sometimes I go and I say, oh, it's not working, and I'll look in here, and I'll zoom out and I say, oh, there's no start gates, and there's no start gates, and I've nothing to reference. That's why you don't have any times. Well, why is there no start gate? Well, it's a wire broken, also. That check that we did there, you drop the gate and the lights go on, that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
basically.
So then on this side, we've got something called a timing monitor, which tells you about your decoders, and that's in that instruction manual that I sent.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's your decoder. There's the IP address. Well, wow, you've got 77,000 passings. So you've got 77,000 transponder readings in that decoder,
Okay.
of which hardly any have been used, right? So noise is your it's like interference on the line.
Okay. Yeah.
Zero is great. Squelch is a sensitivity setting we don't need to worry about, and offset is the difference between the decoder time and the computer time.
Okay.
Right, so it's just 3 milliseconds.
Okay.
It's no big deal because we're timing everything with that one decoder.
Right.
Yeah, so it's fine. Right? We're using that. It doesn't even matter if it's out of sync. It's just we actually only look at elapsed time between.
Right. The start. and the-
Yeah. So your hardware's set up, your decoder's there, Sqorz is switched on, and we still don't know if any of your loops are working. We don't know if the gate's working or anything like that. So what I do is I drop the gate, and I get someone to go. You need to watch them because we don't to say they've gone over the finish. It's not going to say finish, so we're not going to know where that signal came from. So you need to look and say, oh, they're one. So that's why you need one rider and not 21 riders, because going over different loops,
Right.
don't know which one's working.
Right.
Right?
To test. Yeah.
So they can walk around. I put it in my sock. I put a transponder in my sock and I walk around.
Yeah.
Right. So to go here. Someone went over there. Did we get a signal?
Gotcha.
So we need to do that. Someone needs to.
You want me to do it, James? And you can.
I mean,
He was going over that.
Yeah.
And
Here
so he needs to take his time. So yeah, we got that. Is he going over another one?
Yep. There it is.
Got that. So that's good.
Yeah.
And look at the signal strength. 100, anything over 100 is brilliant.
Okay.
And then there you go, and he's gone straight there, and we should get him again.
He's gonna have a
great finish.
Got it. So we've got 3.
Awesome.
So those 3 loops are working.
Okay.
All right.
And then what we want is for someone to drop the gate. That's the check.
Okay.
Literally, it's that.
All right. You want to drop the gate?
Yep.
Just tell him, just yell.
Wait till he gets back and then he can see this.
It picked you up.
Yeah, it shows.
You want me to go ahead and go do it?
Yeah, just drop the gate, please. So,
James,
Oh, you don't need me to run through anything?
no, we've done that.
Okay.
So we've got the 3. That was the first one. That's the second one. That was the third one. And we were watching you, so I know that was the hill. That was your corner. You could have walked or gone over the finish first. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But you can see there's nothing telling us where this comes from. You could have gone over the hill loop 3 times, and this would look exactly the same.
Right.
Oh, it would. Okay.
Because the decoder's not telling us where it came from,
Mm-hmm.
because we've got no reference point. Because you've got 3 cables going into 1 antenna in the decoder, so it physically can't tell the difference between those 3 loops.
Gotcha.
Right, so he's going to drop the gate. So once we've got the gate, and then we have that reference point, so the gate dropped, I see a signal. Start. Gate. We got a gate signal 4 seconds ago. So your system's working. That's the hardware check.
Awesome.
So you're running.
It's not bad at all.
No,
Okay.
it's that.
Now, if we had 3 different decoders,
Yep.
is there a way to label? Is there anything that labels like
Yeah. So you,
that'll say bottom of the hill?
yeah. So you've got
First
this thing.
point.
You've got this.
Yeah, those
thing.
3 entries, you name it.
You name those. You connect.
Can we name
those.
them right now?
Well, no. This is the decoder.
Okay. Yeah.
There's only one decoder. It's connected to the same decoder, but you'll have different decoders connected to different loops.
Yeah.
They say the hill is connected to this decoder. This one is connected to a different.
But it'll be
decoder.
labeled somewhere where people see that, like, we just looked and we have no idea which loop I actually ran over.
Yeah, the reason we don't have any idea which loop you ran over is because what you will see, I can show which decoder they came from. In this case, it came from SF. They all came from SF.
Yeah, so there's your label.
That's your label,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
which is your label, which is. Oh, he can come back. Oh, he's back.
But that's just me. That's just us looking at the system that sees that data. Nobody else is seeing
don't-
SF
they
and
don't
have
need-
no
They
clue
don't
what
need
that
to know
means.
that shit, right?
Okay.
Because they've got their. They just need to come have a look, see where. It's grey
Okay.
and it says start,
Awesome.
and it has this number, 9991.
Okay.
That's the start number.
Okay.
And there's no. There's nothing that's telling us where these other 3 signals came from.
Right.
But we had to watch that.
Yeah.
But when you drop the gate, we'll have that reference.
Gotcha.
But there's a little drop down here that will tell us the decoder name. You can see they all came from the SF decoder.
Gotcha.
So when James was asking what happens if you've got more decoders, well, you'll see what
Each
decoder
one.
that is, depending on
And then you know which loop it was.
They're
If-
made
if
out of
you
gold
want-
too, by the way.
De-
6
de-
grand a piece.
depending on
gold.
depending on which decoder you have
Yeah.
here, which comes from the name of the decoder here, which you
Is
can
it? Yeah.
which you can change
Okay.
to whatever.
Right.
So, and then if you look at the decoder itself on that LCD screen on the front, it will say that same name.
Yeah, I saw that. I looked at it just a second.
Yeah.
That little box, the first tiny one we were looking at.
The
No,
black
the-
one,
the
the
red
red
one.
one.
The red one,
Yeah.
the screen that
Yeah.
was saying overloaded.
So once, so what we've done up until now, all we've done is hardware check.
Yeah.
And I've shown you how it all works and stuff like that. But literally, it's duplicate hardware check.
Yeah.
It's a 5-minute job really.
Right.
So, and then the next step is to say, okay, well, I need to connect it to. Can you create an event in Race Manager? Can someone do that? Can you sit down?
We've got an event currently open
Oh, okay. Let's go with
and that I have not.
that. It's timing.
Oh, you know what? Probably because I copied an event. So let me just do a whole new event.
Okay. There you go. Timing fee method. Race.
yeah,
which
just
is
because you
fine.
copied it. Yeah.
Which race is fine.
Okay. So it's probably disabled or something
Might be. Yeah.
Just
for
kind
that
of
other
test
one.
event or something.
There's a few moving parts. Yeah, it's complex what we're trying to do, especially with the additional complexity of talking to race manager, which makes some things easier and some things more complex. Right, is that done? So why don't you put yourself in there, James, and put. Do you know that transponder number that you had, or is that on your?
I can get it.
It's on the bike.
Race Sqorz test.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Good work. So let's put you in. Register. And then we've got the timing button comes up. Click on there. And you need to put your transponder in. You need to put your transponder in. You don't have transponders.
Oh.
So click change. If that was your 20-inch, there's your number there.
Is that a 20?
No, it's on my cruiser.
Oh, put your cruiser in then.
Yeah.
Let's cancel that.
Oops,
I
I
don't
clicked
know
on the
what
wrong
else
one. I
is.
didn't realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know when the subscription ends, so that's okay. Save number. And then your, whatever you're doing. Timing class, is that on cruiser? There you go. Okay. And then, I'm not sure what you did. Practice, do you put it on that one too? Oh, whatever. Okay, I think you can cancel that. I'm not sure, but anyway.
Yeah, it won't actually charge me unless
Cool.
I run it through there.
Alright, so that's done, right? So now you can go back to Sqorz. On the bottom. You go to settings. You want to scroll down to the race manager setting. Scroll down. There it is. Now you need to select your race, which is your event. Go down one more. Down one more. Click on that drop down. Should be something at the bottom, which we should put at the top. Yeah. That's the one. I'll just ignore the fact that it's click on web services. That's
Local web services.
yeah, scroll down and click trading enabled. And that's the IP address of this computer that you will put in your monitor so you can connect here for your times.
Okay.
192.168.1.54.
It'll always be that.
Not necessarily.
Right.
It's
Reset and gets.
sometimes
It's a new one.
yeah, quite often.
Unless we had a static IP or something.
You can put static IP, but someone needs to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So when stuff doesn't work and so someone's ringing me up, I don't know what your network configuration is like.
Right.
Static IP, some people like that.
Yeah.
But what you can actually do is host name. Do you know how to do? So computers have two ways to be identified: with IP address or a name, your computer name. So you can actually use your computer name
Right.
and do it that way,
Okay.
or you can use your IP address. Your IP address, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
both those things could change. If you get a new computer, that could change.
Right.
But host name works really well.
Yeah.
And I can show you how to do that. Anyway, that's done. That's done.
Okay.
So if you go to the top and click Finalize Settings and go click on the register screen. Oh, you're
Where's
there.
that? Where was finalized settings at?
It's at the top of, go back to Settings. Top right hand side, there's something there called Finalize Settings.
Okay.
Right, now you can click on the register screen and click here. And there he is, James Hurst. Plate number 3. And there's your transponder number. So you're good to go.
Awesome.
Because you're in the system, because you came through from Race Manager to there, so now we can see you in the system.
Now, like all my times.
Was that a
will start-
number? An 832? That's not the one we put in, was it? An 832480, is that the one?
Can you pull that back in?
Yeah.
Maybe I typed it in.
Okay, cool. So
Okay.
you should be able to go around the track and get some times. So you click start training, and then we drop the gate, and
And now it just starts recording everybody's times, and they can look
Yeah.
in their system and
it
see.
starts processing. It's always recording,
Definitely need two separate computers.
but it starts
No,
processing.
Yeah.
So now you can go and
Okay, we gonna do a test on it?
Yep. It's going up. Where's his information gonna?
it'll come up on the left.
On the left. Right?
Yeah. Got the gate drop. There he is. We didn't get the time because 4.224. So where did we get that time? Oh, there you go. There it is. Here he comes.
Oh, I got the hill.
He's got the lap record.
This is only showing the hill though, right?
No, the hill, corner on exit, finish.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. Okay. I was thinking it was gonna. Okay,
No, it
this
goes
way.
across.
Okay. All right. Nice. Very nice. You hold the record so far.
But you got the lap record. So you went down the hill and nothing appeared here.
Okay.
Then you went over corner one exit, which validated that hill.
Oh, okay.
Remember we did that?
Yeah, the
Then
mandatory.
they both popped up at the same time,
Makes sense.
and then you went there and got that.
Okay.
And blue, normally they're black, but blue means the fastest.
Okay.
So you got out of all the data set that's there, blue's the fastest, right? So,
Right.
and then if you want to click sectors, you can see
All like that's like all like previous events and everything.
No,
or
no,
would
that's
it just for
this
today.
data set here.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if you press shift and this one, you can get all the in between times. From the bottom of the hill to the corner one entry, exit. Sorry, but I like entry. There's
that's
your
nice too. I
time.
didn't know
That's
I
the
did
time
that.
you can work on, right? So to try and minimise that time.
Yeah.
So that's there. That's points and sectors. But if you press shift, you put it both on the same time, and then there you go. And when you've got lots more there, you can sort by the different. So who's got the fastest? You can click on each of these and sort by the fastest time. And all of these data here is the stuff that goes onto the iPad that the coach has at the top of the hill there when they're doing their training. So all of that can go there.
Yeah. Bring up your phone. You should see it on your Sqorz.
Here it is, right here.
Oh, yeah.
So then, what else have you got on this network? Oh, I've got this on the network, haven't I?
How did you see how?
My Sqorz.
I had a lot of stuff figured out while we were at the
You
World.
just type in Sqorz timing. It should come up. I'd use the website. I don't have an app. I know I can find it.
You go
It's been 10
to,
years. So you can go down to the bottom right. I know there's,
you put CMD.
yeah. Yeah, command prompt. I used to do IP config and all that stuff.
Correct.
Yeah.
IP config.
Yeah.
And we
There
can
you
see the IP address is
They give you the MAC address and
192.1.54.
everything, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
we need that one now.
Yeah.
If we want to connect to this to talk to find all your results on your big TV screen or on your iPads or whatever it is, it's the same. We also show the same information here.
Under
1, 2, 1, 6, 7. If you
Yeah.
put a colon 4343 on the end of it,
Uh-huh.
it gives you that,
Nice.
right? So
Okay.
I can do that one here.
Got you.
So I could be. You could do that on your big TV screen. This looks a bit slow actually. Is this slow?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I can look for results. There they are.
Nice.
That's what it'll show on the screen.
Yeah, and then you can put you can make it dark, and you can make you can make it
Full
yeah.
screen or
That'd be
Full-
easy to
full
read
screen.
right there.
yeah.
The other thing you can do is you can do best times, which is going to show you the 10 best times
Awesome.
on each of your
Yeah,
loops,
you'll see a lot
which
of
may be
times.
different, right?
Right.
Currently, you're a legend, mate. Currently, but that
I
could
wanna
that,
take a picture,
that could
screenshot.
change. That
I
could
got
change.
it. I got it.
And then if you only want to show the hill, then you can get rid of those and just show that one.
Okay.
And then you can put those. If you had one big screen, there's no reason why you can't have 2 tabs
Got you.
next to each other and that
Okay.
kind of stuff. And then the other thing you have is something called training, which is the interactive thing, which is the same as that information here. There's one minus. Well, that information here, which is the name, what class you are, everybody's name, all the time, the gate drop down, all your different times, and all that sorting and functionality. That's all here. It's exactly the same,
Yeah.
but that's on your iPad, on the top of the hill.
Right.
So you can have all that information too.
Right.
Can't show you anything because it's only James, but you can. And that all goes out. So that's all around your local, around Matt's wireless that he's set up.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And you could get that on your phone. If
Right.
your phone was connected
To
to,
the Wi-Fi.
this, yeah,
Gotcha.
and you put in that IP address, you'd get it on your phone.
192.
.168.1.54. That's what it is today. Yeah.
And that's something that sends out a signal, and everybody that brings
It's
out
on.
their
It's just on the
laptops-
internet. Anywhere in the world, anyone in the world with that. can
No,
get
no,
to it.
it's on your local Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Local
Okay.
wireless.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is.
So they gotta
That's
be
why
out
we have to
there.
be on the local Wi-Fi.
This
to
is the
see it.
stuff that you do as a
Yeah.
track. You probably wouldn't give this to.
When you want to access, like,
Yeah.
You
static
put it up on the
IP
big
address,
screen
yeah.
for them, and then you say, "Here's your results on your phone." You don't want to give them all of
And
this extra.
where did you
information.
go to get that broadcast again? I missed that part.
Well, it's an IP address, which is
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see. Have you? The IP address you can find in 2 ways. One is here under settings. Under web services, local web service. This is a web service. Here it is. This is the IP 192.168.1.54, and you put a colon 4343 on it. That gives you that information.
Oh, okay.
So I did the same one here. Look, because I'm on your network here. There it is. 192.168.54 4343.
You mind if I take a picture of that?
Yeah, you can take a picture of that, but don't forget that number might change.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is it always going to be that 4343?
Yes.
That's the part that I'm trying to.
Yeah, there you go, and that will take you to that screen. It's there, and it says 4343 here.
Oh.
In your settings. In your settings, local web service. Here's because if you click on that, you'll open it up on your laptop here. There you go. So that gives you. Make it to dark up a bit. Make it dark. Goes to that half moon or whatever it is. And just keep going up. Up. No, down a bit. Right. A little bit more right.
You can just see a little gray.
Oh, I can't see it from that angle. There
There
it
it
is.
is. Click
Okay.
that. And then click one more to the right, a bit more to the right. Click that. There you go.
Nice.
You don't have to be dark. You have it all white.
You can see it easier
And
this
then
way.
you click up in the right corner, you just split the screen. But
but this is the only data that people will see.
Yeah, they see their name, they see their times. That's-
Will it read even though my subscription's up?
No,
No.
subscription is up on your transponder means it doesn't work.